What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to talk about the Chicago Bulls. I'm going to talk a little bit about Deandre Ayton. Well, I'm going to talk a lot about Deandre Ayton. There's been a lot of scenarios, a lot of trades that's going to be happening, that's going to occur, especially for the Bulls. I don't think that, Chicago is going to keep the core that we have with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. I think, this organization is going to try to break up this team and just try to tweak a little bit within the team just to see how far we can make a push heading into next season. The past two seasons has been failures for the Chicago Bulls. Looking at what we did, last year, it can be Billy Donovan as far as coaching. It could have just been injuries of why we didn't win enough games. All we care about is results. And as of right now, it just looks like the Bulls are not really built for the future. I think, even if we were to make the playoffs this season, we probably would have been a first-round exit. And I don't think, for us to be the Chicago Bulls, man, we we are the mega of basketball to a degree. We got New York, we got a lot of cities, but Chicago is a basketball city, and we have to get back to, those winning ways. So I seen a report, Bleacher report, Sean Deveney, he made a report saying that Deandre Ayton is on Chicago's list for this offseason for a possible trade or some type of negotiation. So, there's definitely been a lot of talks between Deandre Ayton. I know a lot of Bulls fans want him, then there's a lot that don't want him. But I just feel like I was compelled to make this video because I did make a video a few weeks ago on Vooch and whether or not the Bulls should sign him. And in my argument, I just felt like the Bulls needs to take another direction. And, I talked a lot about how we need a center that can play hard on the defensive end. And Deandre Ayton can fill, a lot of the needs of Chicago if we're talking about, a defensive anchor, someone that can play defense on the interior and, just be a guy that can crash the boards. Deandre Ayton fits that. As far as him being a talent, pretty much his whole career he's been a walking double-double. He's a guy that can block shots. He's a big body that can box out. But I think the biggest thing a lot of us are keep repeating, and it's something that we've seen in the series against Denver, is with Deandre Ayton, his aggression, his attitude towards winning, being able to have, that passion to play hard. We didn't see any aggression of him playing against Jokic. I know Jokic is a very talented player, but, I just felt like Deandre Ayton just had, he just didn't have a winning mentality, a winning attitude, and it showed. And it seemed like he pretty much quit on the Phoenix Suns. Now, it could be a lot of why, things aren't working out in Phoenix. I know he wasn't happy about, he wasn't too happy when he had to pretty much fight to get that extension. The Suns didn't want to give him that, that contract of 4 years, $133 million. They didn't want to give him that deal. And, looking at hindsight, we kind of see why. And now with Chicago, again, guys, I think he can be a really good piece for Chicago, but the flip side to me also is I just think that Chicago, we don't have a point guard that can really, can really have him play at the highest level and really, set him up where he can set himself for easy points, where we can, a point guard that can assist him and makes, scoring easy for him, where he doesn't have to play back to the basket and use a lot of energy, where he has to play, more down low. And that's what kind of bugged me out about, Deandre Ayton playing in Phoenix, because I'm like, he's around, two players with Durant and Devin Booker that's pretty much going to take all the shots. And then you have a point guard that's going to assist you the ball where you don't even really have to work. And I think Deandre Ayton is in a good situation with Phoenix, but clearly, guys, it's more to the story. But I think with Chicago, if Lonzo Ball was healthy, Chicago established the point guard position, it would make sense to bring in Deandre Ayton. But I think, because Chicago is still trying to figure out what's going on with Lonzo's knee, are we going to re-sign Kobe White? Alex Caruso, is he going to, play that next position? There's still a lot of question marks at the point guard position. And I think that will be why it wouldn't be a really good fit for Deandre Ayton to come to Chicago. And on top of that, I just think money-wise, we're paying this guy. We would have to be paying him $33 million for the next, 3 years of his contract. And I think that's a lot of baggage for a guy that, from what we're seeing, it doesn't seem like he's all in. It doesn't seem like his heart is in the game of basketball from what we see. And Again, I just think it'll be just too much of a baggage. Now, possibilities, I'm seeing is, we can possibly trade DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso, to try to, fill in that equation as far as the cap hit. We can maybe try to get Alex Caruso and DeMar DeRozan to trade in this scenario, but I don't think trading DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso for Deandre Ayton is going to be moving forward for the Chicago Bulls. I don't think that's going to help us improve. But again, there's a lot of scenarios. Also, Vooch, we can sign him. I'm seeing the number could be, $22 million. We could re-sign him and then, probably trade him for DeAndre Ayton. I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios, but I don't know if I'm really feeling DeAndre Ayton coming to Chicago. Again, I just think it's too much money, and a great as a player he is, like I mentioned, being a defensive player and that can score down low, I just think it's too much of a baggage. As far as money-wise, I feel like we don't have the right point guard to add him. And again, we just question, his attitude as far as winning. So, I mean, Bull fans, I want to hear what you guys think about this whole saga going on with DeAndre Ayton. I mean, it's a huge possibility. I know the offseason, it kind of begun, but it hasn't really begun. But right now, I know a lot of negotiating is going to happen, and somebody's going to get traded, guys. I know it's going to be some big moves in Chicago, and let's see what happens. So until next time, guys, Chicago fans, I want to hear what you guys think about, DeAndre Ayton, and what are scenarios you think should happen if he were to come to Chicago, and who are you willing to trade? But for me, I love Alex Caruso. I don't think we should trade Alex Caruso. I mean, this guy has a really good contract, 4 years, $36 million. I mean, I love the contract we gave Alex Caruso. It's a really good contract. And I believe he made the first defensive team this year or second defensive team. I mean, he's playing unbelievable basketball. And I really want to see what Chicago's going to do with Alex Caruso, because he's such a valuable player. And, this league is a business. So I'm expecting anything to happen for Chicago, guys. This is a really messy offseason. I'm still in disbelief. Like, I still don't know what to expect this year. So I'm trying to keep I'm trying to keep up on reports, and guys, this is going to be a exciting offseason. So be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be on top of a lot. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the playoffs, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.